Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, Adam Mendelson, they can't talk LeBron out of leaning into brown liquor stereotypes. This guy's got one of the biggest brands in all of America, and let me use it to promote Hennessy. He's a billionaire. Let me use it to promote drinking Hennessy. Could you imagine Michael Jordan doing this, Steve? Would Michael Jordan do something this small?
Jason Whitlock goes off on LeBron James over the second decision. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
I guess I'm shocked and impressed that it wasn't a watermelon commercial. I guess I gotta. If he was gonna lean into a stereotype, at least he didn't lean into watermelon. It's Hennessy that he leaned into here. LeBron thinks so small. It's mind blowing to me. Your reaction?
Yeah, so blame it on the Henny. So yes, yeah,
It's mind blowing to me. Your reaction?
yeah, so blame it on the Henny. So yesterday, I see this on Twitter or X, and I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute. I said, hold on. Am I a year away from rejoining Purple and Gold Nation? As a Laker fan in recess, now I could come back home. I had my Michael Cooper high socks on and everything, and then this. And by the way, if you really wanted to make that work, Jim Gray had to be. That other guy, no offense, didn't really hit the same, but this is maddening.
It was poor execution. I get it. What he did on social media, I guess, was cool as far as, his sponsorship brand deal. They wanted the clicks and the views. They wanted the suspense, and they got it. But I just think the overall perception of what LeBron did was corny. It wasn't called for. I get it. You want to joke about the decision, part 2, whatever. But he knew the backlash he was facing the first time. But now it looks like he doesn't care. He knows that people are going to always, hate on him or whatever, however he wants to process this. And he made it a joke, and he's putting laughing emojis after the fact. LeBron showed that he's corny, and he'll never be the GOAT like Michael Jordan.
I just feel like a Laker fan in recess. We're trapped. He teased us. He poked us. And then he does that. I didn't even think about the stereotype angle of all that. You're right, Hennessy. I didn't know where you were going with the whole watermelon thing. Yeah, well,
it's brown liquor.
I
brought a banana out with him.
Yeah, okay, you said that, not me. Because when you said watermelon, I'm like, okay, Whitlock said that. But now you tied back into the Hennessy. Yeah, what was the second choice for him to Schlitz malt liquor? I replaced Billy D. Williams.
Do they still sell Old English 800? Do people still drink Old English?
Yeah, my uncles and aunts, we sell plenty of that at the store. Also,
yeah, he might as well have did a Four Loko. You know what? Go ahead and really represent the hood if you're LeBron, but it makes sense with the Hennessy thing. They're a sponsor of the NBA. They work with the NBA. So again, if they're going to work with the NBA and you want the biggest star, the face of the NBA, to do something like this, it would have had to been LeBron. So he already knew he had to go all out, get all the clicks and the views, get all the suspense, get all the media coverage. He is 40 years old, entering his 23rd season. So if he's talking about an announcement and everybody stay tuned, everybody's going to assume maybe it has something to do with retirement. Maybe it's a trade that he's going back to Cleveland. There were so many narratives thrown out there, but I was wondering why the big time news networks like ESPN and Fox and CBS Sports, they weren't covering this story. They were like, you know what, let's tune in and see what happens. So I guarantee if it was a real story, you would have seen people like Windhorse, Shams, Stephen A. Smith, people like that have all the inside information of the NBA. They would have been alluding to it maybe weeks ago. So LeBron, he fooled a lot of people, but most importantly, he alienated his fan base, and you don't want your fans to turn on you. It can get ugly.
Also, St. Ides. Can't forget St. Ides. They made a nice run in the 90s. But he just won't go away. He just won't go away, Whitlock. We're stuck with this guy. Jeez.
Here's been my complaint with the LeBron groupies. What do they call them? Bronsexuals. There we go. The Bronsexuals. Is they try to pretend like LeBron is some genius, that LeBron is some influencer that's ahead of the conversation. He's so genius what he's doing. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not sure if this dude can read, write, comprehend. I mean, he's a really talented jock, and that, generally speaking, undermines education. And this is proof of it. This guy's got one of the biggest brands in all of America, and let me use it to promote Hennessy. He's a billionaire. Let me use it to promote drinking Hennessy. And it's not that I'm anti-Hennessy. I got it here.
Again, I understand why he did it, only because Hennessy is working with the NBA. So LeBron James, he's known to, drink a little bit, turn up on the wine. Now he's on that hand dog. So you already know he going to turn up. He going to get his millions. But again, this is what he's going to promote. He's going to do everything in his power to make $1. He's trying to get as much money as possible. He's $1 billion up in the game. So expect moves like this to be made if you're LeBron James. No one should be surprised that he's working with Hennessy.
In my house. It's not I'm more of a tequila person. I don't drink Hennessy, but, my dad did. Sold a lot of it at the Masterpiece Lounge, but there's no more ghetto liquor in the world than Hennessy, and LeBron is using his brand. I mean, could you imagine Michael Jordan doing this, Steve? I mean, would Michael Jordan do something this small?
No, but there is a famous picture of Michael Jordan, I guess, walking into a hotel with a bottle of Hennessy, by the way. That's actually true. I would have been impressed, though, if LeBron would have gone old school and, done an endorsement deal with, Alizé. That would have been like, okay, now it's a throwback. Now you're doing the classics.
That would have been a classic.
But
I don't know if Jordan would have did this. Maybe he would have did more of an upscale wine type of thing. I don't know if Jordan would have been on the Hennessy like that and really pushing it out there as far as like a sponsorship or brand deal. And as far as the whole decision thing, if Jordan was in this day and age in social media, I don't even think he would stoop that low to troll the fan base, to trick the media. LeBron James really doesn't care about the media right now. And again, you don't want to alienate your fan base. And most importantly, you don't want to treat the media like they're fools, because when there's stories on LeBron James, they're going to be running that content. So LeBron better take a step back and really think about how he's going about things in the media.
The thing was, there was actual chatter that he was going to announce this was going to be his last season.
Yeah.
And I think people would have said, okay, you know what? Let's put all the misgivings aside. This is an iconic basketball player, and it's not even about the greatest of all time discussion, but we can at least be, whatever feelings we have that are positive, show a little gratitude for whatever contribution we think he made to the NBA. Now, this to me creates more animosity. It really does. And I'm just telling you, Jason, as someone that's still stuck here in LA, every year this goes forward with LeBron, there's more growing resentment over what this era has really brought. I don't even think most people claim the bubble title out here.
And then when he makes that official retirement announcement and he's really going to leave the NBA, people are not going to care. Yeah, they may cover it just because it's LeBron James, but it's not going to have that same effect like when Kobe left and when Jordan left. So again, LeBron, I know you want to get your money. I know you want to make that dollar bill, get your billions up. But you got to be mindful how you're going about things in the media. I know we're in a trolling age with the young generation, but Bron, you old school. So yeah, you want to fit in with the Kai Cenats and all the streamers, but you're still in traditional media when you came into the league in 03. So again, LeBron James is making a huge mistake, making a fool out the media.
Look, let's... LeBron, when he did the original decision, and this is what this is playing off of, the decision.
Yeah.
That was the whole gimmick yesterday. And he got ripped for the decision, not having the self-awareness and holding this big press conference to announce that I'm abandoning my hometown to go to Miami. He got ripped and destroyed from that. And you would think that he would learn a lesson from that, and that 15 years later, he wouldn't be doing something to draw comparisons to that, and then to do something equally as small. I'm going to do a brown liquor commercial. I'm LeBron James. I've heard all the stereotypes about black people and brown liquor, but here in year 22 or whatever, at 40 years old, I'm going to do a brown liquor commercial. I'm going to draw attention to myself before the season doing a brown liquor commercial. The stereotypes just write themselves. And at some point, you have to question all the people around LeBron. And maybe LeBron is so stubborn that Adam Mendelsohn, Maverick Carter, who's the little dude that I'm forgetting his name? That's the agent. The little guy, the little black dude that's the agent that works with LeBron.
Rich
Come
Paul.
on, he's married to
I thought
Rich
that was
Paul.
Maverick.
Yeah,
Oh,
Rich Paul.
Rich
Yeah,
Paul.
the Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, Adam Mendelson. They can't talk LeBron out of leaning into brown liquor stereotypes. And I'm sure this will be defended. I'm sure that anyone that criticizes this will be either an Uncle Tom and sellout like me, or they'll be a racist that LeBron James, one of the most accomplished athletes of all time, hasn't ascended beyond brown liquor commercials and just he didn't learn a lesson from the original decision.
Yeah, you would think he would have learned a lesson. He seemed remorseful at the time, like, you know what, maybe not the best thing to do when he talked about it years after. But he had to double back because he knew he needed to have that effect, the clicks and the views, in order to please Hennessy and get those multiple millions he's going to be getting for many years to come with that company. So I don't think LeBron James cares about the stereotypes. He just cares about the dollar bill, the impact that he can have, and the money that he can make. LeBron James is a fraud, a phony GOAT, a sellout. He'll never be better than Michael Jordan.